Hi, I'm Lindsay Nataki, pediatric speech-language pathologist, and I'm here today to help you figure out if your child is delayed with speech or language. And I'm going to tell you what you can do at home to help. Because no matter how great of a therapist I am, your child will always make more progress in a short amount of time if you are also working with them at home. And that means you're spending less money in therapy and spending more money doing whatever you guys want. I'm going to break this down by age, and I'm going to cover 3 areas. Articulation, which is specific speech sounds, language, and remember there's expressive and receptive language, and social or pragmatics, which is eye contact, body language, and how they're using language to navigate through social situations. Between 4 to 6 months, we are hearing a lot of vowels, a lot of squeals, some cooing and gooing, so some of the back sounds, gurgling, they're blowing raspberries. Basically, they're exploring their oral cavity and they're figuring out how they could produce these sounds. And so just like if they grab your finger and all of a sudden they have like Herculean strength, same thing happens in the head and neck, which produces loud yells and some quiet gurgles. So you'll hear some of that, and that is a good thing. Language-wise, they should identify sound. So if there's a toy across the room that makes noise or lights up, then they should look at it. If you walk into the room or if you speak to them, they should look directly at you, have some nice eye contact, smile, giggle, and the conversational turn-taking should be happening right about this time. So you say something, the baby looks at you, waits, and then might make some noise in return. Tips on what you should do at home. There's a term called motherese, also known as parentese, and more commonly known currently as infant-directed speech. And this is when your pitch gets higher, you stretch out your words, you use shorter phrases. It's what I naturally do when I see a little baby or a puppy. But what it does is it captures your infant's attention. And remember, in the pyramid of language development, the very bottom part, the basis is attention and listening. So we are really trying to hold their attention, have them look at your face as much as possible, respond to everything that they're doing here. There's been so much research produced about motherese or infant-directed speech, and it turns out that across the world, across languages and cultures, mothers naturally speak in a motherese similar type way to their infants, and their infants respond to it. So, I mean, listen, if the mothers across the world is doing this consistently and their infants are responding to it and it's holding their attention, I'm going to say do it. I will say, though, that it is infant-directed speech, so it's appropriate for infants. And as your child gets older, like around the 2-year mark, we really want to model some good adult forms of language. This is also not a gender thing. It was called motherese in the past because mothers naturally do it, but fathers do it too, men do it, whatever. Everybody should definitely do it at around this stage, the 6-month stage. 7 months to 1 year age range now. We have some sounds coming in. So we have M, B, P, W, not many. Okay, just those. And also our first words should start coming in now. They should be saying a few words consistently here, but remember they only have limited sounds, so you're not going to have a nice sound. They're not going to say dog, but they might say da, and that counts. If they're consistent, count it. They should respond to simple directions like come here and up. They should also respond to words like no or stop. Socially, they should enjoy to play peekaboo. They should be able to hide from you or well, not run, but like kind of crawl away. They should love giving you high fives, and gestures are coming in, so they're pointing. If you point to something, they should be able to follow your finger so that they're looking at whatever you're pointing at, and vice versa. They should be able to point to something, and then you also follow their finger and look at whatever they point it to. You could also start introducing baby sign. And remember, focus on the core words, the high frequency words. So more, I want, go, stop, all done. Remember, we're still at the attention and listening stage, so we really want to just have them look at our face. We look at their face and hold their attention as much as possible. Here's a video clip of a little girl named Kaylee. She's 8 months old in this video, and her mother is doing a great job using that infant-directed speech and is really holding Kaylee's attention. When her mother says something, Kaylee looks at her, waits, and then babbles in response.
Hi, sweetie. Hey, hey, hey. Hi, Angel.
There was a controversial study or experiment done in the 70s It's called the Still Face Experiment, and I'll link it down below if you are interested to know more. It's very interesting though. So basically in this experiment, a mother has her 1-year-old daughter in a high chair, and they're interacting back and forth. They're laughing, pointing, looking at it, smiling, and there's nice conversational turn taking going on here. Then the mother goes still face and doesn't respond, but just stares at her baby. And her baby does what worked last time. She ups the ante. She squeals, she laughs, she points again. And when the mother doesn't respond, you can see that she gets distressed. She starts looking around, she starts trying to reach for her mom, and then she starts to cry. And the reason why this is important is because infants do sense when something's wrong. They sense when they're not being responded to, and it stresses them out. This is relevant today because we are so preoccupied with our screens and our devices. I am too, that if I have a device up in my face, then I'm not responding and giving my infant attention. And this promotes social detachment, which, again, the foundation of the attentional learning, it breaks that, and then you can't build to the receptive language, you can't build to the expressive language. Expressive language is usually where we as adults see something's wrong, and our child's not producing language. What are we going to do? But really, the problem is all the way down at the attention and listening stage. So then we have to go back down, work on that, then move back up through the receptive language, and then hit the expressive language. So at this stage, at the 1 year, birth to 1 year, basically, you're really trying to get that attention and listening. It looks like the infants are just little bundles of flesh, but they are developing. Their brains are going so fast and developing so quickly that we really need to make sure that we encourage that attention and social engagement. 1 year to 2 year mark, we are having more sounds come in. So we have P, W, D's come in, sometimes T's. And again, this is going to be on the first part of the word. So don't worry so much if they're not completing the word and saying the final sound. That comes in later. But if they have the first half of the word, then we are good to go. Language-wise, they should be able to follow one-step directions, like kiss the baby, give a hug. They should be able to identify or point to 5 different body parts, like nose, eyes, and they should be able to ask questions like, what's that? Closer to the 2 year mark, they should be putting 2-word phrases together, like more apple or daddy go. And by the 2 year mark, we would like 50 consistent words. And again, these are word approximations, so just the first half of the word, and consistency is key because they still don't have all of their sounds. What you should do at home is really work on the environmental sounds. So the car goes vroom, or the cow goes moo, and really focus on the first part of the word again, but give a good model of speech. So say the whole word, and then put some words together. So 2-word combinations here. Read, sing, all of that. Play. You could check out my first video on playing. Do all of that here a lot. Here's a video of a little boy named Johnny. He's 15 months in this video, and he's following simple directions like hug or say hi, and he has some nice word approximations like love, you, and hi. And remember, these word approximations are not an imitation, so he has to spontaneously produce them.
What do you want to see? You say hello, Jen Jen. Hi. Can you give a little kiss? Say
Hug.
I.
Oh, hug.
I. Say I. Love.
At the 2 to 3 year mark, we have more sounds coming in, like F and T if it didn't come in earlier. Language-wise, we have a huge growth. They should start to understand opposites, like big and little. They start to ask why questions, which is always really fun for us adults, and start to put 3 words together. What you should do at home, definitely speak in short phrases, give that good adult model form. Speak clearly, give good visuals, like I said in my last video. Read a lot. When you're reading, point to pictures, have them point to pictures that you name. And really for vocabulary, kids have to experience it. So to learn a word like run, which they should be learning at this stage, it's hard to just look at a picture and say, look, he's running, because it's a 2D picture. But if you're actually doing it and you're running outside, look, we're running, then he's experiencing it with all of his modalities, and he will learn it a lot faster. Here's a video of Johnny again when he was 18 months old, and he's in his high chair eating, and this is a great time to start working on speech sounds or words. And his mother has flashcards or little picture cards, and you can use objects if you want, but you can see that he's trying to name them, and he's pretty close. He's got that first sound there. He doesn't have a lot of sounds to work with that he can say, but he's doing a pretty good job of mixing up the vowels to put some different meaning on the words.
What's this?
Ba.
That's the ball. Jan, what is this?
Na.
Yeah, banana. Honey, what else is this?
Ba.
That's bread. Yeah.
That's all I have for you today. I hope this was helpful. If you liked it, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, and let me know if there's any other topics you'd like me to cover. Thanks for watching. Bye.